guys, we've made it to the final episode of this series. It's been a great pleasure to do this. I think it is a great resource to understand at least the basics of MKUltra mind control. So I would appreciate if you guys share this if you enjoy the series. It's on all platforms: Rumble, Spotify, YouTube. It's even on BitChute, and Odyssey. So I appreciate you guys' support, and let's get right into it.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today we're plunging into some truly unusual and, frankly, provocative material. We're exploring a document simply titled Chapter 12, External Controls. Our mission, as always, is to navigate the source material, pull out the key insights, and give you a shortcut to understanding its really unconventional claims.
Yeah, its perspective is definitely unique.
Think of us as your guides. We're here to help make sense of what this document actually contains. We're not endorsing it, just distilling it clearly. It's going to be, well, intense.
Indeed. The source material comes from this document called The Science of External Controls Monitoring Asset Control. And it lays out this really comprehensive theory. It alleges mind control, widespread societal manipulation. It's pretty out there.
Right.
So what we'll be exploring today delves into the asserted inner workings of secret intelligence operations and their alleged reach. Very bold claims.
Okay, let's unpack this. The document kicks off claiming that intelligence services, way back, have always sought ways of, quote, owning people and ensuring they stayed loyal. That's a heavy start. Sets a pretty grand stage for a theory of control.
It really does, and it immediately gets specific, claiming 2 of the 13 Illuminati families developed these highly effective bloodline intelligence groups.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Lai family. It claims they started Chinese intelligence operations way back in 1400 AD and had state-of-the-art mind-control techniques even then.
Wow. Okay.
And then the Rothschilds, depicted as having a personal spy network in the 19th century that was allegedly better than national governments in Europe.
Yeah.
So the source suggests this deep historical lineage of, sophisticated secret operations.
And as we dig deeper, some claims get even more unsettling. The document says when you combine centuries of Illuminati resources, allegedly, with government agencies, there are, quote, no moral or financial restraints on what is being done.
Right. It paints a picture of operations completely outside normal limits.
It even gives this extreme example, claiming they experimented with keeping a severed head alive apart from the body.
Which really underlines the source's claim of unchecked power and a lack of ethical boundaries.
So how does the document say this control actually works day to day?
Well, what's fascinating within the document's logic is the alleged methodology. It asserts professional spooks use both natural and contrived cues for obedience. From subjects they call slaves in the text.
Natural cues, like what?
Subtle things, maybe. Brusque movements, voice tone, that sort of thing. But then there are contrived cues, really specific coded gestures.
Okay.
Like it claims putting both hands behind the head means, I am your master, obey me.
Directly.
While a right fist to the forehead supposedly means obey. It even points to Charles Manson, claiming he used a penetrating hypnotic stare as a technique. So what it boils down to, according to this source, is this complex system of conditioning, nonverbal stuff, designed for immediate compliance.
That's a chilling foundation.
Yeah.
But moving beyond the sort of grand historical claims, how does this alleged control work on, like, an individual level?
Right.
The source talks about the science of exploiting human needs.
There's no difference between professional human handlers and intelligence services that governments use. Those in power want to stay in power, and information is the starting point of power.
It's great to learn, because knowledge is power.
Those that have educated themselves.
You, Goyim out there, you never teach yourself. You don't self-teach. You're always looking for somebody else to do it for you. The white race never figures this out.
Know thy enemy.
You don't self-teach.
He that knows his enemy's plans can both spoil them and stop them, depending on your goal.
So that's a guillotine. Yeesh.
Human betrayal is a real problem for us, being social creatures at heart.
This is your hour, Judas. Oh, Master. You betray your master with a kiss.
We normally express our hopes and dreams, our fears and concerns, to our friends. It was God's intention that humans would work together for a Zion cause, a true Zion cause.
You will own nothing and be happy. Be happy and eat the bugs.
Much of their schizophrenic plans in modernity come from their anger that God took Enoch and his city away. They are still attempting to punish him for this, as well as for Noah's flood. Much of their Looney Tunes magic and occult rituals can be understood clearly when this is understood.
It's great to learn, because knowledge is power.
Sociopaths and psychopaths among us, born or manufactured, both happen today, are highly skilled at amplifying another's needs and then manipulating them to their own ends. Military attachés, such as America's CIA, Israel's Mossad, England's MI5 and/or 6.
It seems such a shame when the English claim the earth.
Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, France's Directorate of Military Intelligence,
I will have you executed for this!
Iran's Faraja, Kenya's National Intelligence Service,
Yeah, I was not born in Hawaii. I wasn't born in the United States of America. I come from Kenya.
China's Office for Safeguarding National Security of the CPG in the HKSAR, or the CPGNSO. And even the Rothschilds' spy network. All are designed to gather information and then manipulate the public with it.
Well, I am waiting, monsieur.
I hate this.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Now, get
So
that habit!
space officers, or handlers, first identify a person's deepest subconscious desires.
Through these soft files.
Oh, files, what are those?
Yeah, the source says they're unofficial, untraceable records, not official dossiers. They're supposedly designed to find those core unmet needs, the things that really drive someone.
Okay, so they find these drivers. Then what?
Well, the document gets very specific. It lists 9 core weaknesses or subconscious desires that are allegedly monitored for exploitation.
9, like what?
Emotional security, needing recognition or reassurance of worth, creative outlets, wanting personal power, a sense of roots or belonging,
Okay.
the desire for immortality, ego gratification, love, and wanting new experiences. The premise, as the source presents it, is to pinpoint the most pressing unmet needs, find the vulnerability.
And once they find that vulnerability,
They use what the source calls the depth approach, subconsciously gratifying those needs to gain control.
can you give an example from the text?
Sure. It gives vivid ones. If someone needs ego gratification, maybe promise a Vegas singing contract.
Ah, okay.
If it's emotional security, maybe a big salary, a nice house. If it's immortality they crave, perhaps a star on Hollywood Boulevard. The method, it claims, is meeting those deep needs, but with a hidden agenda to secure allegiance.
It's like a blueprint for emotional leverage almost, focusing on those universal human longings.
Absolutely. And connecting this to the bigger picture, the source claims this isn't just for secret operations. Modern companies allegedly use similar methods in marketing.
How so?
It gives examples, like Domix isn't sold for ingredients, but for the family memory it creates. Soap promises soft, beautiful hands, not just cleaning.
Right.
Cosmetics sell hope or an image. Car dealers sell prestige, not just transport. The document argues these all target those same 9 desires, just, on a mass scale.
But then there's a dark side mentioned.
Right. Oh, definitely. The document highlights that any gains for the slave or asset allegedly come at a severe price.
What kind of price?
It claims things as extreme as shaving one's head in submission and sacrifice a child. Really horrific examples.
Goodness.
The ultimate goal, it asserts, is active cooperation, even if it's achieved through lies or convenient facts, getting willing compliance no matter the alleged cost.
So how is this alleged control maintained more broadly, pervasively?
Well, the document introduces this concept, milieu control and story immersion.
Milieu control.
Yeah, essentially the idea is that the entire environment around an individual, the slave, as the source calls them, is meticulously designed. Every detail, random seeming symbols, cultural things, allegedly crafted to constantly reinforce their programming, keep them in the narrative.
Okay, so what does this milieu control actually look like day to day, according to the source? I was struck by the claims about Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland. It suggests they're not just stories, but deliberate elements.
That's the claim. Pervasive and deliberate. It points to specific stores, even restaurants like the Time Machine restaurants in Dallas and San Antonio, described as having mirrors everywhere, waitresses dressed as Dorothy from Oz, allegedly designed to reinforce programming. It also says figures like Ozzy Osbourne, books like The Witches of Oz, U.S. stamps, cartoons, even Kansas license plates are all part of this alleged Oz theme. Constant subliminal cues.
And the claims get even more specific and maybe more shocking. It asserts Hillary Clinton was associated with the Wicked Witch of the West as a coded message to certain beta slaves.
That's what the source alleges, yes. For those with specific Wizard of Oz programming.
And the MGM Grand Luxor complex in Vegas, that giant pyramid.
Yeah, the billion-dollar pyramid, 5,000 rooms, yellow brick road, Emerald City. The document claims it wasn't just a hotel, but an alleged programming center.
Which really makes you wonder, if these claims were accurate, just how deep this stuff supposedly runs.
And it's not just static symbols. The source mentions planned spontaneity.
Planned spontaneity, like what?
Staged events. Supposed coincidences that are allegedly arranged to manipulate people, even arranging marriages, it claims. It's about creating this orchestrated narrative that constantly reinforces the programming, blurring reality, and, well, engineered perception.
The document also claims occult symbols are woven into society.
Yeah.
Right in plain sight.
Yes. It states the Illuminati symbol is on the dollar bill, that every barcode allegedly has 3 hidden 666 numbers.
Hidden numbers, okay.
And car names, too, like Saturn, Bel Air, Electra, Viper, allegedly linked to Satan or occult figures. It claims Mazda comes from Ahura Mazda, the god of light, Lucifer, tied to New Age goals.
What about common symbols like eagles and snakes?
Right, usually seen as noble, but the source contrasts this with the Illuminati's alleged view representing Satan's empire, pointing to their use by Assyrians, Romans, Nazis. Now, to be clear, the authors say they're just reporting these interpretations, not endorsing them. But highlighting that, for a mind-controlled survivor, as the text puts it, these symbols are allegedly everywhere and mean something very different, very dark.
And this even extends to everyday things, like placemats.
Apparently so. The source claims fast food placemats might have wizards, King Arthur, even alleged instructions on how to hypnotize your parents.
But seriously.
And it mentions gargoyle coloring activity books, claiming they're designed to reinforce programmer skills in children. Duplicating pictures, working with robot heads. It paints this picture where kids are allegedly exposed from a really young age.
So if these claims are true, it sounds like Hollywood and entertainment would be, well, deeply involved.
That's exactly what the source claims. It explicitly states Hollywood is intimately linked to Monarch mind control programming, basically a massive tool for this alleged conditioning.
So how does it say that happens? Through movies and TV?
Pretty much. The document details how various shows and films allegedly contain code words, programming scenarios, or even portray actual mind control. It lists a whole bunch of famous titles: Star Wars, Star Trek, Wizard of Oz, Love Boat, Fantasy Island. I Dream of Jeannie, specifically mentioning the "Your Witch is my command" trigger. It says these have specific cues for programmed people. For Illuminati elements, it points to Belle, Book and Candle, and Bewitched, even claiming real witches were actors in Bewitched.
Real witches.
Okay.
That's quite a claim.
And it gets even more direct. Films like Telephone, The Manchurian Candidate. The source notes Frank Sinatra allegedly bought the rights and suppressed its re-release. Videodrome, described as showing torture, new flesh, using Come to Mickey as a programmer's nickname. Transfer the Second, which it suggests is a play on MKUltra, with phrases like rabbit speaking. These allegedly portray mind control directly.
Even fantasy films.
Yeah, like Krull is mentioned for alleged symbolism, Poppyfield, All-Seeing Eye, Robots, Satan, and The Little Prince N for programming elements, including the alter name Sarah.
And the document actually names names.
Yeah.
Entertainers.
It does. It lists famous entertainers allegedly used as Monarch slaves: Madonna, Marilyn Monroe, Loretta Lynn, Crystal Gale, possibly Wayne Newton.
And handlers, too.
Yes, alleged handlers and programmers like Frank Sinatra, Peter Lawford, Bob Hope, Anton LaVey, Jerry Lee Lewis. It suggests a huge network within entertainment.
What about the Elvis claims? They seemed quite detailed.
Very detailed. The source alleges he was an Illuminati multiple, that he had a twin who was killed for double spiritual power, a technique called twinning.
Okay.
It mentions alleged code names, his handler, Carl Tom Parker, supposed links to the Theosophical Society, and it points out inconsistencies around his death and burial, suggesting a hidden story.
Now, Star Trek. The Next Generation gets a lot of attention, too.
A lot. The source claims its purpose was allegedly to push the Illuminati agenda. It cites supposed Illuminati-linked scriptwriters, sponsors like Coca-Cola, even the Dalai Lama visiting the set. It details alleged occult scenes and concepts in the show. A Wizard of Oz head, Data and his memories, holodeck mirrors, reptilian races, a cosmological egg, brain scanning clones.
It's incredibly specific.
And it connects the show to Colorado as an alleged programming site. It's a really comprehensive set of allegations about a huge cultural hit.
And finally, briefly, the USO and World War II.
Yeah, the source briefly touches on the USO's alleged role in mind control during the war, claiming Bob Hope was an MI6 agent using it as cover. It asserts country western music became a front for drugs and white slavery, and even claims WWII vets had memories erased via mind control, a really disturbing claim about history itself.
So bringing this all together, what does this mean for us, for society? How deep does this alleged control go? The source calls it an unseen cancer threatening the nation. And just to reiterate, we're purely reporting on the document's claims here. Extremely bold, unconventional claims, no judgment, just understanding what the source alleges.
And the claims reach the very top. The document asserts even U.S. presidents, from Kennedy through Clinton, were alleged slave handlers, with presidential models supposedly created for them.
Presidential model.
That's the term used. It specifically claims George Bush and Bill Clinton are descendants of the top 13 Illuminati bloodlines and were trained in subliminal language techniques by Tony Robbins. It depicts a really entrenched generational system of control, according to the source.
And it's not just politicians.
No. The source claims police, ministers are involved too, leading victims to feel there's no escape, that the whole structure of society is infiltrated and contaminated.
So from the top offices down to local communities.
That's the picture painted. And connecting to daily life, it claims even our jobs are controlled, that bread and circus entertainment keeps people busy, distracted, pacified. It asserts religions are secretly under elite control, even spouses allegedly used as overseer slaves.
What about education?
Also implicated. Elite schools like Groton, Santa Clara, William Met, Jesuit universities like Georgetown, military schools, allegedly controlled by abusers. It points to public education programs like Quest, claiming they use exercises with mild hypnotic trance. It's a web of control over almost everything as described in this document.
The impact on victims, as the document describes it, sounds devastating.
Absolutely. The source details severe isolation, trauma bonding, the threat of being locked up in horrific mental hospitals.
It mentions Nadine Sculla's expose.
Yes, citing her work on conditions, abuse, torture, and how programmed multiples individuals allegedly fragmented by mind control are supposedly discarded as schizophrenics or broken butterflies. Tens of thousands of victims, it claims.
Truly heartbreaking if accurate.
And it elaborates on a technique called twinning and bonding.
Twinning and bonding.
Where individuals are programmed to see each other as inseparable, even programmed to die if the other does. Allegedly involves torture, sexual bonding. It gives examples of high-level teams, Rothschild bloodline programming, allegedly used to create a satanic world mind, very dark psychological coercion depicted.
And finally, there's this peer pressure element.
Right. The document claims infants are trained to silence, denied the right to refuse, isolated from non-cult peers. They allegedly feel double-binded. Seeking freedom feels like it would create more problems than staying enslaved. It speaks to these deep psychological cages.
Wow. We've just taken a deep dive into some incredibly intense, challenging source material from Chapter 12, External Controls. Certainly a lot to process, exploring claims about this vast, hidden system of control, allegedly spanning centuries, infiltrating everything.
Yeah, this deep dive definitely makes you consider the sheer scope of the system described in the source. From alleged ancient spycraft roots to everyday symbols, media, government, it's a call to, well, think critically about information and the extraordinary claims made in this specific document.
And as we close, The source itself leaves us with a final, really provocative thought, almost a call to action. It asks, are there any Hagabards or Moseses out there? And it states, let our people go. Let our children go. It really invites you, the listener, to consider the implications of such widespread control as this document portrays it and what that might mean for individual agency, for freedom, all as alleged by the source itself.